Hey everybody, hope you guys are doing well. It's Lil Lady 920, aka Rashida. I wanted to go ahead and post up one of my first videos that focus on fitness and exercise. And the topic that I decided to go ahead and do today was the proper way to perform squats and lunges. I know that squats and lunges are a very common exercise that a lot of people do, and they can be done incorrectly most times if people aren't aware of the proper form, the way your body should be positioned, how low you should go, the positioning of your knees, so on and so forth. So I was going to go ahead and demonstrate the correct way to do squats and the the correct way to do lunges, as well as some variations and modifications that you can go ahead and add on to them to make them a little bit more difficult, a little bit more easier, and just work different parts of the body when you're doing them. So hope you enjoy. The first one that I will start with are squats. So this is a great exercise for the thighs, for the hamstrings as well, and definitely for the butt. So I'm sure if you have been researching exercises to strengthen or tone up the legs, I'm almost 100% sure that squats popped up as one of the first things that you should do. So with squats, you want to always make sure that when you are going down, and this pertains to lunges as well, every time you go down into the squat, the number one thing you want to pay attention to is that your knees don't pass over your toes. If your knees pass over your toes, you can be adding extra stress or strain on your knees, and that can go ahead and cause damage if you are doing it like that, over time, if you're repeating that mistake. So you want to always make sure you're paying attention to that. So I'll go ahead and start in demonstrating squats. You want to make sure that you step out about shoulder width apart, a nice position. You want to make sure that you have the abs contracted. Never hold your breath. You don't want to hold your breath, but you want to make sure you have the abs contracted, shoulders relaxed and rolled back, and try not to arch that back. Keep a nice neutral spine. And you're going to go down into the squat, again making sure you're paying attention to the knees, that they're not going over the toes. You take it down into the squat, and then you squeeze back up. And I'm going to go ahead and turn to the side here so you guys can see. Another thing is, when you're doing the squat, imagine that you are actually sitting down in a chair. That kind of helps you to make sure that you're positioning your body the correct way. So again, everything nice and tight and relaxed. And then you're going to go down as if you were sitting in a chair. You're coming down, making sure you're really sticking that butt out, watching the knees so that they're not over the toes, and squeeze back up. Again, one more time. You come down and squeeze up. So that's the correct way to do squats. You can also vary the squat just a little bit. You know how in ballet they have first position and then right here, and then they step out into second position, and the toes are pointed out to the peripheral. You can actually do squats in this position as well, and you'd be working more of the inner thigh hamstring area as opposed to the quadriceps. You'll be working them still, but you'll definitely be targeting that area just a little bit more. So again, you would go down nice and steady, and I have my arms. I used to do ballet, so I'm kind of used to that. And again, making sure you're watching those knees. You don't want them to come too much. You don't want to make sure you're bending over or leaning back. You want to come straight down and straight up. So again, a little variation in how you're doing that squat in comparison to the other one. You can also use weights. So I have some dumbbells here. I have two 5-pound weights. Again, whatever level you're at will determine how much weight you're holding. So I'll just go ahead and hold both of them. So I have 10 pounds total. You can do the squats holding the weights as well to make them a little bit more challenging. So wherever you would like to hold them, and you can take them down and up, holding the weights. You can also add a variation to it where maybe you would press up with the weights and take them down. If you want to do bicep curls with each squat, however you would like to do it to make it a little bit more difficult. And the weight is just going to help you to build muscle and help you to strengthen the legs. So I'll take these down. And there are also some squats that you can do where you are actually moving with it, jumping, things of that nature. So you can do power squats. This is where you would come down into the squat, and I like to keep my hands here just because, I don't know. But you come down into the squat, again, watching your form with everything, and instead of simply coming back up, you would jump and come back down. So that's a different variation that you can do. You can also do jumping squats, kind of like jumping jacks, but you're not going to jump all the way up into the air. So again, starting as such, and then you can jump, come into that squat, and come back, just like this. Out again, and coming back. That's a different way to do the squat. And last but not least, you can also step out with your squats and come back in. So, legs together, and you would step out to the side. You would take it down, squeeze, and squeeze back up. Take it down, and bring it back up. So again, you can always use weights, hold on to dumbbells, whatever it is you'd like to do to make those squats a little bit more difficult. And now we will go into lunges. So lunges is a great one as well to work the thighs and definitely to work the butt to make it a bit more rounded and lift it. Lunges are a wonderful exercise. So same thing that I said with the squats, you want to make sure that the knee is not going past the toes. So I'll start here with my left leg. Again, making sure everything is nice and tight. You keep the abs in. Don't arch the back. Keep the back nice and neutral. Shoulders relaxed and rolled back. And I'll step out with my left leg. You can take it out. Go ahead and step. And with lunges, you want to make sure that you are not moving forward. Once you step out, you've already lunged. Take it down. Don't take it forward. So from here, once that leg is out, I simply come down and I come and I return that leg. I'll do my right leg so you can, I guess, see it on another side. Same thing. You step that leg out and now you come down. So go ahead and take it down and squeeze back up. Keeping the hands on the hips helps with balance so that you don't, topple over or anything. And lunges do help to build up your balance. The more you're doing them, the more you're practicing, you will see an improvement in your balance and coordination. Another thing with lunges, in terms of the variation, the farther out you step that leg, the more you're working your butt. The closer you step that leg, the more you're working your quadriceps. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate that. The farther you step out that leg, so if you bring that leg all the way out here and then go down, you are actually working the butt. You're giving the gluteus maximus a greater workout, as opposed to if you step the leg just a little bit closer and then go down, now you're working the quadriceps a little bit more. So that's a way to show the variation in that as well. When you go down into each lunge, make sure that that knee, which is going down, does not touch the ground. You want to get it to a point where you're right over the ground and kind of like you're almost there, and then you squeeze back up. That's kind of like, I guess you could say, just showing you that you're really working every muscle and you're getting the full benefit. Don't make it too quick. Don't make it to where you go into the lunge and you're losing your balance and you're going down. You want to go slow and steady to make sure that you're really working every muscle and you're doing it in the correct form. And some variation with lunges. So of course, just like with the squats, how I held them in my hands, you can hold dumbbells, the dumbbells, how I hold them in my hands with the squats, you can also hold them in your hands with lunges. Same thing. So depending on what area or what level you're at, you can hold both of them in your hands like this, hold them down to the sides, however you'd like to. And again, that's building strength, that's building muscle, and toning up those legs a little bit more as you continue to increase the weight. You can do walking lunges. So this is where you start at a certain point. You step and go down, and from here, you go ahead and bring that next leg, the one that was in the back, bring it to the front. And you go down into your lunge, and you repeat that. So you could do maybe a set of 10 going in one direction, and turn around and bring that 10 coming back in the opposite direction. You can also do jumping lunges. So you would start with one leg in front, and I'll turn the side so you can see here. You start with one leg in front. You go ahead and you take it down. And from here, you would jump, switch legs, and bring it back down. Again, switch and bring it back down. And come down. Making sure again to keep the form, everything aligned. Trying not to arch. Don't make it messy or sloppy. You want to make sure you're really controlling it with those lunges. You can also take them in to side lunges. So from here, and I'll step out with my right leg, you would take it out and lunge, coming down. Again, watching that knee and stepping back up. I'll do that one more time, stepping with my right leg, taking it into a side lunge. You would come out and lunge and step back up. You can also do lunges to the back. So I'll go ahead and show you this from the side as well with my left leg. And from here, instead of stepping forward, I'm going to go ahead and step backwards with my left leg, taking it back. Same thing, coming down. Watch that knee in the front. Make sure that back knee doesn't hit the ground, and step back to the center. One more time, stepping backwards, coming down, and squeezing back up. And those are back lunges. And last, but certainly not least, you can also do rotating lunges. So you would lunge to the front, lunge to the side, and lunge behind you, and then alternate to the opposite leg. So starting with my right leg, I will take it out into the front, and then return. Take it out to the side, step down, and return, and taking it behind me, step back, and bring it back to center. And I would bring it to my left leg, doing the same thing on each side. And again with that, you can hold dumbbells as well, and do it for maybe a set of 10, 5 each side, or maybe bump it up to 20, however many you want to do, and keep on doing that. So again, I just wanted to make sure all of you guys out there were performing your squats and lunges the correct way. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, on Facebook, Instagram. And if there's anything in particular you would like to know more about, please feel free to send me a message, a comment, a response, anything like that, and I'll be sure to post up a video for you. Thanks so much. Bye.